Hey everyone, this is Mark from Stocks and Cash. It's March 7th, 2018. Here to give you a market update, go over my holdings, and provide some potential setups for tomorrow. First off, just want to apologize for yesterday. I posted a video, there was no audio. My flashback player got updated and the volume was default off. I obviously didn't check the recording before I posted it, so I do apologize. But to kind of recap, what I was saying is that I was concerned about this 270 level here, which coincides with these three candles here essentially. This candle here, this bullish candle on 214, and these kind of indecision candles thereafter. So this was kind of a line in the sand. We breached it. We breached again in the opposite direction, and now it's holding its support again. So futures are down pretty big yesterday. Gary Cohn, Donald Trump's financial advisor, abruptly quit. Futures are down really big last night. We closed up here, opened way down here, but we held the lows of the day, and towards the end of the day, we strongly rallied. I'll show you that real quick. So you can see this is the open here at 9:30. Had a big bullish candle actually. We kind of went low a little, so we opened here, went low a little bit, and then closed up around here at 271. Had some meandering throughout the day, tested the lows basically, tested the lows again, we held, and then we rallied up. And you can see that volume kind of picked up, not so much here, but in the last hour or so of the day. Now we did pull back a little bit. We didn't get a close over 273. And that's kind of the area that I'm looking for to say, yep, we're back in business, we're moving along. Not to say that this wasn't a positive day on the bullish continuation trend, but this could have either been a bear flag where we broke through support and fell down to the 100 or even worse. But again, we bounced at this level and continued on up. So to avoid getting too cluttered here, I'm deleting that little bullish flag that I drew. I'm going to leave this here, but I'm going to draw the fibs from this big swing back in late January, early February, and you can see that we're still within our warning zone here. I'll draw it quickly. So here's our warning zone. We're close to getting out of it. The level is around 273.82, so say 274. We close above there, and we have a good chance to keep on running up. Of course, this will act as resistance as well. Maybe this peak here at 278.79, and then from there we have this little gap to fill around 280. So we definitely have some resistance levels to break through. This gap, if we do get through, this gap should act as a magnet. Close it here around 280, and then maybe test the all-time highs at 286. So, we had a low, a higher low, a lower high, and we're going to try and put in a higher high here in terms of this move here. Of course, it's not a higher high in relation to our all-time highs, but if you're just looking at this new pattern that's potentially emerging to recover, we want to start making higher highs and higher lows. So that's what we're kind of looking at here. And in order to do that, we need to get a nice close out of this support zone here. So that's what we'll be looking for tomorrow. Let's take a look at the Qs. So the Qs also had a very strong day. I had the same kind of outlook. If we broke below the lows of, well, I guess not so much on the Qs, but there was some support here with the exponential moving averages. If we had broken below this candle here and held, it might have been a bearish sign, especially if we got below the 21 exponential moving average, but we did hold. Now there's concern potentially of a triple top. What we really want is to break through these all-time highs, 171 essentially on the Qs, and if we do, we could see targets of 176 and 183.74. So I'm looking at a trade. If we get a break, if we get a close above this area, might be worth buying the Qs and letting it ride up to the 176 time frame. Now the thing to be concerned, and look at the indicators, right? MACD is bullish, Stokes are bullish, RSI is bullish. Volume was okay today, not amazing, but not too bad either. The thing we want to be careful is a triple top, 1, 2, 3, and if we get rejected here, we could go lower, retest these lows of 2.9 potentially. So, I don't foresee that happening. I do think that we're going to push on through, but time will tell what ultimately happens. So the Qs are one of my potential trades for tomorrow if we get a close above 171. So we'll keep an eye on that. Now, talking about holdings, I'm still in some SPY calls. Obviously we closed a little bit below the low of yesterday, and with some time decay, I lost a little bit on those calls. But overall, still looking pretty healthy. Just trying to log in real quick to tell you exactly where I'm at. SPY calls, I am around 24% in the green, so that's good. MasterCard was down yesterday. I was very disappointed in that. But, we bounced, or I shouldn't say we bounced. We stopped at the breakout level around 177.18 is where we closed. The real close was 177.53, so pretty close. We came down and tested the AEMA, bounced off of there. So I'm back in the green on MasterCard, about 5%. I think MasterCard's a very strong stock. I think it's performed really, really well over the last year and a half or so. And I don't see any reason for it to stop anytime soon. So first target 182.74. I'll drop a call, and then 190 will be my second. Will be the second target. Well, I'll drop the remaining call. Close out those two positions. Well, it's one position, but close a call here, close a call here. If we get there. You can see MACD is still a little indecisive, so we really want to see a nice powerful move. Tag this target here of 127, get that MACD moving positive. So we'll see what happens in the coming days on MasterCard. The other thing I was holding was Activision. So I mentioned that I thought we had broken out. We kind of didn't, and kind of paid the price a bit on the 6th, on Tuesday. Today we kind of rallied a little bit, showing some support here. So as long as we hold the lows of the candles on Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm looking for Activision to get above 75.06 and start running higher to 78.24 and 82.33. And the Qs moving up and getting through their breakout level will or should pull Activision up as well. I know NASDAQ is a compilation of the stocks, and the stocks move the ETF, but if the ETF is moving, if the market's moving north, stocks can also tend to follow that move as well. So looking forward to getting above this this breakout level of 75.06 on Activision. And then my other holding, I bought Intel at the end of the day. It was clearly, and in my mind, comfortably above the breakout level of 50.88. We closed at 51.49. Plenty of room to go up to 53.26, and then ultimate target of 56.33. It's been very strong despite the churn in the market. For the most part, it's been upwards. I'm liking the looks of Intel. Couple of potential trade setups for tomorrow. None of these are buy at the start of the day. These stocks have some work to do, but Facebook, kind of a double bottom here, bottom there, bottom there. If we get above this level here, 185.58, which is the high of this doji candle. Let's see, what is the high? 185.66. So if we get above there, close above there, in the last 10 minutes or so, we're comfortably above it. I would be looking at buying some calls, see if we get to the recent high of 195.32. If we do, then targets of 203 and 213. Couple others that I'm bullish on. I already talked about the Qs. Two more here. Seagate, which I've been talking about the last few days. It touched the breakout level here. Couldn't quite get through it. If the markets are strong tomorrow, I fully expect Seagate to kind of push through and start breaking out. It's had a really nice trend, similar to Intel, in the sense that it's been, very steadily moving up. It's been riding that EMA, sticking close to it. It is a bit above it right now, so we might see another sideways day candle and then a pop above it. So hopefully by Friday, Seagate will break out and continue on running next week. Lastly, PayPal. So you can see that there's a potential head and shoulders pattern forming here. That's why we're not going to go long as of yet. I don't expect it to play out. The reason being is that there's this gap here. Markets are looking pretty strong. So if the markets roll over, then sure, there's a potential for this to play out bearishly. But I have a bullish perspective on the market right now. Cautiously bullish, but bullish nonetheless. What I want to see is a close above these levels here. Particularly this warning zone of 79.62, and it'd also be nice to get above the high of this candle, which is 80.05. So somewhere around 80 bucks. Well, and what's this wick here? High 80.44. So say 80.50. Hop into PayPal, and this gap, in my mind, is is dying to get filled, and I definitely want to be in PayPal when it does fill that gap. So I'd be shooting for a first target here. I don't think I would get in again until we broke out above the 86 level. So this would be a quick swing trade from the breakout, or I shouldn't say breakout, but from the close out of this kind of consolidation zone up until filling this gap at 84.03. So that's what I'm thinking for tomorrow. If anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section. Have a great night and good luck trading tomorrow.